Welcome everyone. In my last video, I discussed how to find an attorney. And in this video, I'm going to discuss how to choose an attorney. My name is Michael Weiser from MW Law Firm. I'm an attorney who practices personal injury law, and I'm licensed to practice in California and Washington State at the time of the making of this video. So let's talk about how to choose an attorney that's right for you. My first point is to ask yourself, does the attorney that you're considering hiring specialize in the area of law that you need? For example, if you've been in a car accident, you'll need a personal injury attorney like myself, and you want to know if that attorney practices exclusively personal injury law, or if they're just sort of a general practitioner that will take any case that walks through the door. I'm a strong believer in having someone who is either a specialist and is certified as a specialist, or someone who has been practicing in the particular area of law that you need for several years, so they have a good grasp of it. Different areas of the law can be complex, and so you want someone who really knows what they're doing and specializes in a certain area. Like I said, if you need someone who does personal injury, you probably don't want to go with someone who does exclusively family law, and quite frankly, I don't think they would take your case anyway. But just keep that in mind. The next point I want to make is when choosing an attorney, look at online reviews if they're available. Look at places like Yelp or Avvo, like I discussed in my last video. See what kind of reviews they have, or maybe Google reviews. If they have a website and they're listed on Google, see if the reviews are organic and seem real, or if they're contrived and boilerplate. Really read those reviews to get a sense of what kind of attorney they are and what previous clients have thought of them. My next point is sort of related. It's just their general reputation, if they have a reputation in the community, if your friends know them, if they were referred to you, if you were referred to that attorney by another attorney. Talk to that other attorney about what they think of that attorney, and if they've got a good reputation, if they're experienced, and just try to get as much information about the potential attorney that you're looking to hire as possible. My next point is about experience. Generally speaking, I would say go with someone who has about minimum 5 years experience in the area of law that you need. That's a good benchmark for someone who's at least got some experience and knows how to run a case or to try a case. If they have under 5 experience, I would say see if they have a supervising attorney in the firm who's going to be overseeing or supervising the case, and just to make sure that it's done properly and that all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed. And my final area has kind of a few sub areas that I'll get to, but it's really about the free consultation. Hopefully when you find an attorney that you like, hopefully the initial consultation is free. If it's not, it could potentially be a red flag. I always like to see an attorney who gives a free consultation. I know I do, just because I want to hear what the potential client has to say. I have to see if it's a case that I'd be willing to take on, if it's something I think I can help the client with. And it's just generally important to have that kind of open candor initially, without worrying about talking about money already, which I'll get to in a second. But you have to use your instincts, and you have to feel comfortable with the attorney. If you feel that you communicate well with them, if you feel that the attorney is listening to you, if you feel that the attorney is respecting you. I can't tell you how many people I talk to where they've told me that they fired their attorney on the eve of trial, or even on the eve of an important hearing, because they felt that the attorney didn't respect them or wasn't listening to them. So I think that's critically important. to make sure that you have a good working relationship. Also, that goes for the staff, because a lot of the time the staff does a lot of the day-to-day work on the case along with the attorney. So if you're having difficulty with the staff, can you call the attorney and speak to him or her directly and say, look, I'm having a problem with the staff. Can you step in and help me? If the attorney is not willing to do that, then that's a red flag. If they are willing to step in and help you out, or if there's a misunderstanding and they do try to help, then that's a really good sign, and you should pay attention to that. Another thing is the attorney upfront with the cost of what the lawsuit is or what the pre-litigation is? I know, in my firm and as a general proposition, if a case is in pre-litigation, then the attorney fees are 33 1/3%. If a lawsuit has to be filed, that rises to 40% for attorney fees, only because there are more costs involved in litigation. And also discuss with the attorney, what costs are involved to you as a client if the lawsuit doesn't go well. What are you going to be on the hook for? Are you going to be on the hook for medical expenses if you got treatment, or costs of litigation? These are all important questions that should be discussed honestly and openly with your attorney. So make sure that those areas are covered. And my final point is, when discussing your case with the attorney, look to see how the attorney is talking about your chances of succeeding on the case. Are they being upfront with you about your chances? Are they telling you the potential pitfalls, or is everything roses in their eyes? I've rarely come across a case where it's a slam dunk, and I'm very wary of attorneys who are overly optimistic, because I try to manage my clients' expectations, because you never know what's going to happen in a case. I mean, there's going to be difficulties. Your deposition might not go well. You may get a bad judge. You may get a bad jury. You never know what the outcome of a case is going to be. A good friend of mine and another attorney who's a colleague, once told me that, lawsuits and the law, it's like legalized gambling. You never know how it's going to come out. So I've run into people who have talked with other attorneys, and they've said, the attorney described it in such glorious terms, and it's this is going to be a cakewalk, and it's a great case, and all this, and he wisely walked away from that attorney because he said, it's just overly optimistic. I just felt something was wrong, and I think that the client's instincts were right in that case. So those are my points on how to choose an attorney. If you found this video informative, helpful, and interesting, please consider liking, sharing, following, and subscribing. And to all those who've already done so, thank you very much. Just as a quick disclaimer, this video is for informational purposes only. This is not to be construed as legal advice, as your particular facts, circumstances, and laws in your jurisdiction may vary. So with that said, thanks a lot, and thank you for watching the How to Choose an Attorney video. Again, if you like this video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing or following, and I'll talk to you all next time. Take care.